Welcome, dear. Listen closely. In the quiet voice of the ancestors, spoken around campfires, carried through sacred songs, the Ojibwe people share a warning. They speak of a time to come, when the last dog will leave the village. It is not a time of war or famine, but something deeper, a quiet breaking, a loss not seen but felt. This haunting phrase, "the heart of the people grows cold," is more than a saying. It is a prophecy, a spiritual alarm. It does not speak only of dogs. It speaks of the unraveling of relationship between humans and animals, between the earth and her children, and between each other. The dog, in Ojibwe life, is a sacred companion, a guardian, a loyal presence around the fire. When the last dog leaves, it means the warmth has gone. The connection is broken, and the people have forgotten who they are. And now, look around. In a world rushing forward, louder and faster, we are losing more than forests or species. We are losing memory, meaning, heart. This ancient teaching is not just about the past. It's about now. What would it mean if the last dog has already begun to walk away? The ancestors are still whispering, still waiting. Will we remember the way back to the fire? To each other? To the living earth? The choice is ours. In Ojibwe culture, as in many native traditions, dogs were never seen as just pets or workers. They were sacred beings, living threads in the spiritual fabric of daily life. They walked beside hunters through thick forests. They guarded families through the long, cold nights. They stood as silent watchers, protectors not only of the body, but of the soul. Dogs were the first animals to walk with humans. And many indigenous teachings say this bond was no accident. It was a gift from the Creator, a sacred covenant. The connection ran so deep that in some Ojibwe burial customs, dogs were laid to rest beside their human companions, not as possessions, but as equals, as loyal spirits continuing the journey beyond the veil. They were said to see what others could not, to sense what was hidden. A dog's bark in the dead of night, its unease, even its refusal to enter a space, these were not dismissed. They were honored as messages, warnings from the spirit world. To the Ojibwe, dogs were not only companions, they were guides between realms. And perhaps they still are. When the last dog leaves the village, the heart of the people grows cold. This Ojibwe proverb, part prophecy, part moral parable, is more than a warning. It's a mirror, held up to us here, now. Let's take a moment to feel what it's really saying. When the last dog leaves the village, the dog, in this vision, is not just an animal. It is loyalty, compassion, trust. It is the living bridge between the natural world and the spirit realm. Its quiet presence reminds us of unconditional love, of shared breath, shared journey, shared heart. So when the dog departs, it means something has already been broken. The sacred bond forgotten. It's not the dog who turns away. It is us who no longer see its soul. This speaks to a deeper truth about how modern life, fast and fractured, has pulled us away from village, from tribe, from tradition. We no longer honor what cannot be monetized. Even the most loyal among us, the animals, the elders, the earth herself, are cast aside when they no longer serve a purpose. And then comes the second half. The heart of the people grows cold. This isn't just about feelings. In Ojibwe cosmology, the heart is spirit. It is memory. It is our compass. A cold heart is a lost heart. It means we've forgotten the songs of our ancestors, turned away from the stories in the trees, the rivers, the wind. It means kinship is crumbling. Community is hollow. This proverb is not a relic. It is a call to remember what is sacred, to turn back before the last dog walks away forever. All around us, the signs are clear. The old ways are fading. and the prophecy of the last dog feels closer than ever. As cities expand and screens dominate our lives, more and more people live without daily contact with the natural world. We watch animals through glass or on glowing rectangles. We know their breeds, but not their spirits, not their voices, not their sacred presence. Loneliness, depression, anxiety. These aren't just statistics, they are symptoms. We are forgetting how to form deep, trusting bonds, even with each other. The heart grows cold not all at once, but one quiet fracture at a time. Life has become transactional. Dogs, once honored as spirit guides, are now abandoned, caged, or exploited. Animals are treated not as companions, but as commodities. This isn't just about cruelty. It's about forgetting what life means. The village is more than a place. It's a way of life, where elders are listened to, children are protected, and all beings have a place. But now, we see competition instead of kinship, isolation instead of community, noise instead of wisdom. These aren't isolated trends. They are threads in a larger unraveling. Together, they point to a spiritual decline, a society that may already be living the prophecy. Maybe the last dog doesn't leave in one moment. Maybe it's a slow walk, a fading howl. But it's not too late. The path home is still there, if we're willing to remember what we once knew, what the dogs still know. In many tribal traditions, the dog is more than a companion. It is a messenger of the Creator. Its loyalty, unwavering and pure, is said to mirror the steadfast love of the Great Spirit. Some elders say, the dog will be the last to leave our side. Even after the world ends, to lose the dog is to lose that reflection of divine fidelity. This prophecy isn't just about animals. It's about us, our ability to feel, to care, to remember that we are part of something greater. When the heart grows cold, it's not just sadness or apathy. It's a deeper exile, a drifting away from spirit, from belonging, from the sacred circle of life. The dog stays with us until we forget how to love. And then, quietly, painfully, it walks away. So where do we go from here? If the last dog is already walking away, how do we call it back? Here are 5 sacred steps, ways to remember, to restore, and to rekindle the heart of the people. 1. Honor the animal world. It begins with reverence. See dogs not as ornaments, tools, or property, but as spirit kin. Rescue when you can. Care with devotion. Live in mutual respect. They walk beside us, not beneath us. 2. Rebuild the village. We need each other. Return to community-centered living, where neighbors know one another, where kindness is common, and where the vulnerable, including animals, are protected, not forgotten. 3. Warm the heart with service. The cure for coldness is love in action. Feed a stray. Visit the lonely. Thank your dog, not just with treats, but with presence. These small acts bring warmth to the soul. 4. Listen to the bark in the night. In tribal stories, a dog's bark was never just noise. It was a message, a warning, a call. Let us listen again, not just with ears, but with spirit, to the animals, to each other, to what's trying to be heard. 5. Teach the young the way of kinship. Children already know how to love animals. Nurture that knowing. Teach them that a dog is not a toy, but a teacher, a bearer of sacred presence. This is not just about saving animals. It's about saving ourselves. Because when we honor the dog, we honor the spirit. And when we remember how to love them, we remember how to love everything. The Ojibwe teaching is more than a warning. It is an invitation to return, to warmth, to kinship. to the sacred trust between human beings and the animal world. The last dog has not yet left our village. Not entirely. There are still those who care, who rescue the forgotten, who walk not ahead of their dogs, but beside them, as companions, as kin, as fellow souls on the journey. This moment is not the end. It's a choice, a turning point. Let us not wait for the silence after the last bark. Let us listen now. While the dogs still walk among us, while their eyes still shine with the light of loyalty, and their presence still warms the circle of life, let us rekindle the fire in our hearts, with compassion, with reverence, and with the courage to remember what we've forgotten. Thank you for walking this path with us. If this message touched your spirit, please like, share, and help others hear it too. Let the dogs know. We are still listening. We are still worthy. And we are ready to return.